Okay, so we're going to talk about FIFO, first in, first out. We're going to go back to the same purchases that we talked about in the specific identification method. However, we're going to do this particular assumption a little differently. We still have the May 10th purchase, that was $9. The May 18th purchase, that was $13. The May 24th purchase, that is $14, for a total of 3 units for a total value of $36. We're going to assume that on May 30th we sold a unit for $20, and we are going to also assume that this was made up of the 10th, the 18th, and the 24th purchase. So we're going to look at how this all plays out. If I sell the May 10th purchase, which is first in, first out, I will sell the first item that I bought. Even if they're all the same, the assumption says first in, first out, I will sell the first item I bought. So we're going to sell the $9 unit. Alright, so let's take a look at how this all sets up. Under the first in, first out method, we sold the May 10th purchase for $20. Our cost of goods sold is $9. That leaves us with a gross profit of $11. Ending inventory is now $27. It's made up of the $13 and the $14 unit that we paid for. And this is how first in, first out is assumed. If I wanted to look at this under the LIFO method, which is last in, first out, we're now going to be looking at it slightly different. Instead of selling the May 10th unit that we bought, we're now actually going to sell the May 24th unit that we bought last, under the last in, first out. And the sales are still $20. Now my cost of goods sold is $14, and my gross profit is $6, and my ending inventory is $22. Now, if I was working under the same company and I was wanting to compare these, this being FIFO, this being LIFO, we see our sales don't change, they're $20, but the actual cost of goods sold is totally different. Under the FIFO method it's $9, whereas under the LIFO method it's $14. Gross profit is $11 under FIFO, $6 under LIFO. I have a higher inventory, ending inventory for FIFO, and a lower inventory for the LIFO method. It really depends on how the market works. Depends on the market that you're in. If the market that you work in is not a inconsistent one, and it's one that continues to move along and increases, you want to look at it one way. If it is one that decreases, then you're going to look at it a different way. The best thing to be a good purveyor and a person who does purchases is know your market. Now, you've got the average method, which is pretty much very simple. We take the cost of goods sold and we take all items divided by the total amount, and we see that the cost of goods sold is now $12. Sales were $20, cost of goods sold is $12, gross profit will be $8, ending inventory will be $24. With this particular example, understand that the cost of goods sold will always be $12, gross profit will be $8, ending inventory will be $24, because we averaged this particular amount of money in here. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to flip over to a new video, and we're going to do a simulated assignment so we can see how this works out and continue to follow along in your lectures and in your